Nostalgia in film and TV has inspired a bunch of fantastic materials such as Cobra Kai, but I really miss the kind of show that reminds me of John Hughes films like 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I'm super glad to see a wholesome teenager action comedy that does just that. It hits on the right nostalgia spots. So let's check out Operation Clean Slate. The easy to follow plot of this short film has four teenagers that are frustrated by a huge amount of unfair parking tickets and they feel the need to do something about it before school is out for summer. We have the standard, almost formulaic, but somewhat clever ideas of teenagers from different backgrounds having to work together in order to achieve a similar goal. We have seen this over and over, and that familiarity is actually very good because you know exactly what to expect, and then that expectation is being played with, and it's very nice to see that. To be honest, the writing is clever, the directing is sharp. What stood out for me, however, is the cinematography because it really makes the quality of this short film outstanding. To me, it feels like a pilot for a TV show that if I seen on a streaming service, I would say, yeah, I'm definitely watching the next episode. And it's not only the quality of the writing and the direction, but the sound, the design, the clever ways of showcasing different perspectives from the different teenagers, the story, the how easy it is to get into this and care for what's going to happen to the characters. All of that high quality that you would expect from a TV show with a huge budget that's just showing you a pilot and hoping that you will want to continue watching this. Because of the way the story is condensed, I would love to see more of this adventure to learn more about the characters at a slower pace, to give each character the way they deserve. And not that this movie doesn't do that, but I wish it did it a little bit more. At 19 minutes, there's a lot of story and backstory for the characters that's being told, and I just wish it was expanded on more. As the story progresses, we learn the motivations for why the teens are trying to raise everybody's tickets, but also we get to meet fantastic 80s styles antagonists. Think of Ferris Bueller's Principal, and you really want to know what's the reason why these adults are being jerks to these fairly cool teens. Of course, we fall into the tropes of the bad kid and the jock and the nerd and the outsider, but it's done well, the acting is good, and we don't feel that this is something that's rehashed. I honestly feel the writing and the acting is done in such a way that you feel motivated to explore this world and to learn more about the backstories and how things are going to evolve. And most importantly, it doesn't rely on crazy special effects or a fight scene or a shootout or crazy driving. It's just simple, interesting, compelling, and keeps you entertained. The show is shot in a style that it definitely gives homage to those 80s flicks that I mentioned. And to be honest, I wouldn't feel detached if nobody would tell me that this was shot just recently. I honestly feel it is done in such a way to make you feel that you're watching a film from the 80s. In fact, I feel purposefully the clothing, the technology, the vehicles are done in such a way that you can relate to it, but it still hits that nostalgia spot. Even though the kids use cell phones at a couple of moments and their texts appear on screen in a stylish font, I still felt that I was watching something from the 80s, which is awesome. And also, it's challenging because if you have to review something that hits at other movies, are you actually looking at it with a fresh eye? Or are you evaluating it based on other content that you have seen a dozen times? I've seen Ferris Bueller's Days Off at least 10 times that I can think of. And how do you watch this film and say, hey, what does it bring to the table? Why do we need more of this? And I have to be honest, we need more of this type of film because it is a way of connecting generations that are a little bit separated. I'm in my 40s and I would love to see the reaction for this kind of content from a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old. Because I connected with this and I wonder if they will too. Operation Clean Slate is currently going through festivals, which means it's not publicly available yet. However, once it becomes available, I will definitely post a link somewhere in the comments. I wonder, what is your favorite 80s wholesome film? I'm Jin from Get Me More, and you know where to find me. Thanks for watching.